Hi everyone. This video is for my fellow lightworkers, starseeds, earth angels, and people who just love the earth, love the humans, love animals, and feel that they're called to help, to serve, for lack of a better word, or to make this earth a better place. It's for those of us who cannot stand to watch where the humanity is going, who are hurt more than others in many cases by what we see, and who really feel that their life's mission is to uplift the earth. And in many cases are willing to sacrifice, or rather give up what we have been taught, meaning give up the traditional lifestyle of a corporate job, give up the quest for stability and for hogging resources, and open themselves up. So this video is for you. So what I want to talk about is this concept, or this term, that I read in Dolores Cannon's book called The Three Waves of Volunteers. I highly recommend this book because when I read it, it really helped me find my place in this world, find my place on Earth, and also explain why I feel the way I do, and mainly why seemingly the rest of the world doesn't see the obvious. Why we as human race are so bent on destroying ourselves when clearly the answers are in here. The answers are not about hugging resources, about being the biggest person on the highest hill. The answers are about cooperations. The answer is in cooperation. The answer is in self-love. The answer is in the flow in the universe. The answer is in something that's bigger than ourselves. And for a long time, and I'm sure you resonate, it boggled my mind. How come when there's so much beauty and so much love here on earth and outside of earth and inside of us, how come so many of us don't see it or choose to not see it, whereas we see it? And so reading Dolores Cannon's book, The Three Waves of Volunteers, really helped to set things in perspective, or at least explain why we are the way we are. And also to find compassion and acceptance and love for people who are not like ourselves. Because really, when we judge others, when we kind of project our unacceptance towards other, or when we suffer because we see behaviors of others, it's because of our own ignorance, because we don't understand who we are and we don't understand who they are. And if we don't understand, how can we embrace? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the three waves of volunteers. So in 1945, the US dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There were other countries developing this atomic bomb, but we were the first ones to do it. And so when that happened, the observers, the energies, the earth keepers, planet keepers, whatever you call them, they saw that and they were like, uh-oh, holy moly macaroni. What are these guys doing? They're gonna destroy themselves. They're gonna destroy this Earth experiment. There are gonna be no more sunsets. There's gonna be no more flowers. The beauty of humanity, all this love that the human beings have the potential of carrying in them, is gonna be gone because they're gonna destroy it. we got to do something. But the problem was that the agreement is they can't interfere. So it's not like these great big angels can come and they can fix us. We got to fix ourselves from the inside. That's the whole purpose of the human experiment, is free will. We have the free will to um, be full of love, and we have free will to be full of hate, and we have free will to move in between the two. And most of us, even those of us who think of ourselves as holier than thou, which I try not to, but sometimes it happens. We move somewhere in this line between love and hate. We got emotions, but anyways, so they thought, okay, what can we do? Because this ain't good. Well, probably what happened is that they said a few choice swear words in whatever language they were speaking, but the gist of it was something's got to be done. So they sent out a call to souls, souls that have been around for a long time and they know what's what. I don't like the word highly evolved souls, although I'm going to use it because highly evolved is a gradation system. It means, like I'm highly evolved and others are not. I don't like that. I don't believe in that. So, but it's easy. It's a little bit easier to use this term. So they sent out a call, let's say, to the souls that carry in them more love than other souls because they've been around the block for longer or they learned their lesson the fastest. But anyways, their fire is really, really big. And they said, hey guys, check them out. Anyone want to go down there and see if we can help them out? And all these souls came. They were like, yeah. I want to do it because I have so much love in me that I can stand the harshness of the 3D experience. And not only I can stand it, is I can do something about it. I can make the earth a better place. And so these souls started coming. And of course, before they came, all this knowledge about what they were and what they were set to do, it was kind of erased or blocked. And so they had to figure this stuff out, which turned out to be more fun than it seemed when we were up there. So the first wave was post-World War II. It was the baby boomers. And these guys, they had the hardest time because they were new. A lot of them haven't been to Earth before. Now, they were educated and, we'll say, programmed, or they were given information about what it's like to be human, about Earth experiences. So even though they may have not had experiences on Earth, they were given imprints. They're called imprints. So it's kind of like you had a past life on Earth, even though you didn't. So you have an imprint of a past life. So they were given all of that. But since they were the first ones, it was pretty tough for them. A lot of them became kind of like hermits, or a lot of them had to tone down their magic because there was no precedent. There weren't really that many teachers that they could go to who would say, you're okay. You're supposed to be that way. Everything is good. So these guys, they had a rough time, but they made it. And a lot of them gave birth to us. So I am that second generation, which is the second wave, which is born in the 70s. And so we had it a little bit easier, but we're still kind of almost like in between the old and the new. And so a lot of us were brought up and reared in the old ways, kind of like with all these fears, with all all this pain, but we were able to break through it and see what's what and become teachers. Or even those of us who didn't become teachers, even those of us who had nothing to do with any healing profession whatsoever, and this applies to all the waves, we still made an impact, because simply by our energy, simply by our soul incarnating into the human body, we were able to make a change. And so that's the second wave, born in the 70s. I think some people call them indigos. I don't know. I'm not really big about terms, but I like the idea of waves because it's kind of it kind of encompasses a lot more. And so that was the second wave. The third wave is the millennials. So what would be our children, for those of us born in the 70s, who had 70s, 80s, who had children born maybe, after the year 2000, or, the years are not important, because there have been highly evolved, highly advanced souls all throughout humanity. They just were more secluded. They were not as outspoken. And so the third wave came, which is the millennials. And these guys are magical. So if you look at the millennials, if you're kind of thinking about the old way of living, you might be like, these guys are crazy. Why aren't they doing normal things like people should be doing, like putting money towards their 401k, working 9 to 5, worrying about health insurance? Why are these guys refusing to live life according to these rules that we have set for them? And the answer is because they're magical. And then, of course, the most interesting thing is these guys are succeeding. They're saying, no, we're not going to play by your rules. No, we're not going to conform. We're going to spread the love. We're going to spread the light. We're going to do it our way. And they carry so much love, so much joy. They are so pure that they're actually succeeding. And people are treating them much nicer than they did in the first two waves, just because they're just so magical. They're so wonderful to be around. So that's the third wave. And so when I read that that viewpoint or that explanation, I thought, wow, that's what a wonderful way to look at it, and what a wonderful way to explain how I feel and how people like me feel, and how, yeah, we are indeed different, and there's nothing wrong with us. We're supposed to be different. Yeah, life has been hard for many of us, but we're making it through, and you're making it through, and so how wonderful. So that leaves out the other people, the people that we tend to judge, and the people that we tend to be hurt by. And I'm all for removing the judgment. The less we judge, the better it is for everybody. So understanding that there are souls who are not like us. It doesn't mean that they are not highly evolved. It doesn't mean that they're not awesome. It's just that they came to Earth to do something else. They didn't come to Earth to uplift humanity. Maybe they're working through some of their karma. Maybe they're there to help others work through their karma. But they are not here to be of service. They're here to do something else. And yes, because we have free will, yay, free will, or yeah, free will, they don't see the world the way we do. And so they're more in the ego. They're more about claiming resources for themselves. They're more about accumulation. They may not care about the environment. They may not be thinking about the future. They look at us as something weird. And the thing is, it's okay. It's okay. Because it's not up to us to judge the path of another soul. I'd like to think that there is something out there that's smarter and wiser and more knowledgeable than myself. I mean, I really hope there is. And that it's not an accident that some souls are one way and some souls are another way. So, reading this book and looking at life from this perspective has been really helpful to me. It helped me to remove a lot of my judgments. It helped me to be a little bit more resilient, a little bit less worried about them, a little bit more focused on what I'm here to do rather than what somebody else is not doing. And it also helped to explain my weirdness, for lack of a better word. I like the word weird. If we were all the same, I mean, wouldn't that be boring? Actually, for me, growing up, it would have been worse to be just like everybody else. Like if you were, even when I was a kid, if you were to say, like, you're no different from everybody else, that would have been like, tragedy. Because I don't know, I always embraced that I'm different because my parents have taught me that I am, and there's nothing I can do about it, so I might as well like it, might as well enjoy it. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope this sheds a little bit of light on how you're feeling, on why you're feeling that you're different, and I hope that it helps you to judge other people a little bit less and just focus on your own path. If you're called to heal, if you are called to serve, if you feel called to help the earth, even if you're part of the corporate world, but just your presence makes somebody's life a little bit better. I mean, not everybody's here to do the work that I do, thank God. I mean, life would be boring if we all did the same job. Some of you, are just here to be you, are here to bring up children who are amazing. You're here to be mothers. You're here to be fathers. You're here to be a good neighbor. You're here to smile at a stranger. There isn't really much you have to do. Some people, I've done readings for people, and what their soul came to earth to do is to be, to just be there. So some of them are supposed to be at a particular place in a particular time. I got some friends who just moved to an eco community in Costa Rica. Hi guys, I know you know I'm talking about you. But some of you are just meant to be in a particular location because it could be that your energy is needed there, or it could be how the energies of the earth connect, that you are part of that grid. So some of you don't really need to do anything, which is really, really frustrating when that comes up when I do readings for people, because we're so focused on doing. People are like, but what should I do with my life? And the answer is anything you want. If you want, you can be a garbage collector. That's a very, actually a very useful profession. I mean, where would we be without these trucks that come once a week and make beep, beep, beep? You can be a doctor. You can be a philosopher. You can be an IT professional. You can do anything that you want. So for some people, it's just about being in a particular place at a particular time. For some people, it's just about existing. And for some people, it's about influencing lives of people around them. And for some, it's about doing a little bit more obvious work, such as what I do. If you are resonating with this, if you are moved by this, if you feel that you are one of us and you would like to explore this further, reach out. We will schedule a healing. I will look at your energy and at not so much at who you are, but at what you are. What is it that is the most beautiful thing about your soul? What is it that you came to earth to do? And how can you best fulfill your mission? If you feel called to do that, reach out and we will meet and we will look at that. All right, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, guys.